Welcome, brothers and sisters, to another thrilling edition of Thunderdome!
Well, hey there, it's your old pal, King Waspinator here, and in these times of crisis that we are all facing all across the world, it is time for us to seek solace and wisdom in the greatest book of all, a book that is designed almost specifically to help get us through this economic crisis. And I am, of course, speaking of the Ferengi Rules of Acquisition by Quark, as told to Ira Stephen Bear. So, I'm going to start off a series. We're going to be discussing each of the rules in this book, one by one. Just a brief little discussion. I'll lay out my thoughts on the rule, and if there is any interpretations or questions that you have about today's rule of acquisition, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and remember to hit like and subscribe and all that other good nonsense. So, here we go with the first rule of acquisition. The first rule of acquisition is, once you have their money, you never give it back. Now, if you want to get really technical about the history of the first Grand Nagus Gint and the origins of the Ferengi Rules of Acquisition, yes, technically the very first rule ever written down was the 162nd rule according to the book. But that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss the importance of this rule. Once you have their money, you never give it back. In these trying economic times, the importance of this rule has never been more paramount to our lives. If you and your family want to be able to increase your profits, you got to take this advice. The exchange of money for goods is a classic power exchange, and you as the retailer cannot allow your customers to gain leverage over you. If you allow them refunds, it teaches them that the customer is always right. But any good Ferengi knows that the customer is always wrong. And you got to reinforce that. You have the goods that they need. And if they want those goods, they're going to have to jump through whatever hoops you want, not the other way around. Oh, and remember, no matter where you go, there you are.